I'm wondering if there's anybody who maybe this isn't the right time for this course, or maybe our program isn't the right model for them. So, what comes to mind of someone who's maybe wondering, is this for me? Is this not for me? If there's anything that you would want them to know or think about as they're making that decision around like what maybe wouldn't be the best fit around any of this.
Yeah, and that's such a great question because we do not take the stance that we've got the magic pill for everyone and that everyone who, comes across our path is going to be like the right fit for us. We're not in the business to like sell things. We're in the business to help make change to people's lives. And I guess I wouldn't really call that like a business, although it is, and we have to pay bills and things like that. But like really our mission is to really help work very closely with people who are ready to make changes in their lives. And the information that we have and the focuses that we have are really with like only work really well with a certain group of people. And we want to make sure that we're able to provide all of the intensive support that we can for people who are ready to make those shifts. And so that's why we're actually selective with who we work with, because we want to make sure that we're ethically showing up and being like, yeah, I believe that I can help with where you're at and get you the goals. And so the people that tend to not be good fits for our program is people or people who are looking for a quick fix or like a magic pill. Even though we present this information and we have a lot of great resources that are like easy to understand and hopefully easy to implement, it's not going to be this like overnight fix. It's not going to be like, oh, you learn the information and then everything's changed. Really, people who work well with this content are people who know that they have to take the information and implement it into their lives. And that just, for some people, those like magical people who are able to just like learn something and then like make a shift, like that could be great. That's like amazing. And I am jealous of those people. But really, people who are not ready to integrate the content and figure out how to implement it in the way that they think about things, the way their like mindset around themselves, their sexual sovereignty and power, their relationship with sex and partnership. If they're not ready to start to look at those things and make changes and be insightful about the process, this program's not going to work well for them because we can only provide so much information. And even if somebody's working with us one-on-one privately, we still can't, we can't like push the info in and then make their lives change. So it's not going to work for someone who is just looking for someone else to make their lives different. I think also like that kind of leads into the second piece of like, if they're not ready to really look at what's going on, that's totally okay. We're here for when people are. And if they're not looking at how to take responsibility for the solutions in their lives, and if they're just looking to put the focus somewhere else or like the responsibility on other people, like blaming partners or saying, well, this external thing is the reason why I don't feel good or comfortable with sex. It's an important thing to be aware of what are all of the external as well as the internal things that are happening, but the change really comes from where can I take control and make some influential shifts. But if a person is sort of expecting for someone else to change or something else to change before they'll feel better about their relationship to sex, that's not going to be a good fit at this time for someone like that. And really, we find that success really happens when people take that responsibility in making the changes. And then I think the other important aspect is if people are having active traumas in their lives around sex, we believe that this content can help like pretty much most anyone who's having these challenges or these struggles at some point. But if trauma is the sort of like active, is like an active piece of what they're going through in this moment, they probably would do best to have some sort of somatic psychotherapy or EMDR before this information can really be effective for them. And so we don't want people, burning themselves out with all different kinds of information and education and coaching. And then we find that like they just continuously run into this trauma barrier. And so it's really important to be able to work on those components first. And we've got amazing trauma therapists and EMDR, such as yourself, that can work with people to help them sort of clear out, reprocess, feel better about their trauma triggers so they're not actively hijacking their experience. And then this content would be more effective at that point.